Ladies, gentlemen, lend me your ears. Crazy Kid back for another react. This time here we got something really interesting and really different. This is a songwriter talking about what he was doing and going through and what his song was all about before it was recorded by a popular country music artist. This is a request from my mom. Thanks, Mom. And she requested to see this part of the song moreover than the Lacy J Dalton version of this song. And I think it's a wonderful idea. So here we are. And so without any further ado, let's get the behind the scenes, behind the story of Thom Schuyler's 16th Avenue from the man himself, Thom Schuyler.
And you stop and think about it, and it really does, because before a singer's got something to sing, somebody's got to write him a song. Before a producer's got a record to produce or a musician's got a song to play on, somebody's got to write and create that song. And we're in the presence of some of the greatest songwriters that have ever graced Nashville, Tennessee on our Songwriters Reunion. All around this room, people have written titles that people are familiar with all over the world. So many times I think people associate the songs with the people that sing them. But we're going to go way down deep in the well this time and go back to the people that actually wrote the songs and what they sounded like maybe the day they were written, before all the bells and whistles were added to them.
Now, this is a great idea. I wish that other genres would do this and, basically show the behind the scenes of the meanings of the songs that so many people, enjoy and hold dear to their heart. I think this is a wonderful thing to do. I think this is a great way to spotlight the artists who actually are the artists behind the artists. So, let's keep at it.
If there is a theme song for the songwriters in Nashville, it's probably a song that our buddy Thom Schuyler over there wrote back a few years ago called 16th Avenue. Where in the world did you get the idea to write that?
Well, I had been in town just about a year, Bill, when I was 25, 26 years old. My wife and I had two little babies in a 900 square foot bungalow that we were able to afford. And I was sitting up late one night and pulled out my guitar. And, I moved to Nashville because of songs and songwriters, not so much because I was enamored with the artists. I just loved songs. So honestly, I was just tinkering, and I thought this would never become anything that anybody would record. So I wrote about 8 verses, no chorus. I thought the melody was kind of boring. I threw it in a drawer and it sat there for about 8 months.
Now, sometimes that's what actually happens for, in any genre where, the artist that is penning the song looks at it and goes, I don't know, it really doesn't, it sounds like a good a song for personal, but I don't know if it'll really do anything. So they put it aside until somebody else looks at it and goes, oh, there's magic.
And I pulled it back out again, and I thought, well, there might be something there. I just wanted to celebrate the people who I loved and admired. And I thought it was interesting, before the cameras rolled here today, that Larry Black read a psalm of King David, and then he quoted my song in the prayer. So that really raised my value a little bit, I thought.
Did you think when you wrote that song, because it's kind of an inside song about the music business and about songwriting, did you think, well, maybe it's not commercial, maybe the public won't quite grasp what I'm trying to say?
If you want to know the truth, Bill, I still think that. I am still amazed, and I'm a juggler too. I'm still amazed that I'm still amazed that it had the success that it had. Of the success that I've been blessed with in this town, that's still kind of my calling card. I mean, if anyone knows anything that I've done in this town, in this industry, it's having been the author of that particular song, and grateful for Billy Sherrill, renowned record producer, who heard it, and of course Lacy J. Dalton, who had an extraordinary voice, the kind of voice that, frankly, I sort of miss in our industry today. It was very recognizable, bold, but yes, I continue to be astonished that people, first of all, understood it, that it made anything. Yes, Wayne.
Wouldn't you agree that that is about as close a synopsis of Nashville, Tennessee, the way we know it?
Well, I think, I mean,
as anything, anybody.
How long have you been waiting to get that word in?
He couldn't put it in the song. I saw that on a speeding ticket.
What rhymes with
But I mean, that's
synopsis?
kind of in the nutshell. That's that song about all of us, what we've all been through.
Flattered that you think that. I mean, it was my perspective on what I was seeing, folks like you and everybody in this circle and many others do. And, sometimes we're fortunate to have one good thing happen, hit one home run and you never hit another one.
I believe you hit more than one.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, when it comes down to his, the backstory here, the song itself, and you'll hear him play it, it's a synopsis of what was going on around at the time when he wrote that in the 80s, in the early 80s, like between 79 and 82. Because the song came out in 82 by Lacy J. Dalton. And he said he, drawed it for 8 months. So, it's one of those magic moments of just, looking around and seeing your surroundings and then coming up with the fresh idea of what you're seeing and putting it into song is basically how this song came about. It's a wonderful song. It's one of my mom's favorite songs.
Well,
Lay it on us. I think we need to hear a little bit of 16th Avenue from the man that wrote it, Thom Schuyler.
well, thanks, Bill. This is in the key of C if anybody wants to. There's some more chords too, but it's in the key of C. Anybody wants to sing along, and I'll sing a verse or two that you've probably never heard, I guess.
Now, this is where, it becomes the songwriter's prerogative to lay it down the way that they wrote it. Lay it down the way and with the words that they wrote. And the producer of Lacy J. Dalton's version, they kind of played with it a little bit and then put it out the way that she put it out.
Well, from the corners of the country, from the cities and the farms, with years and years of living tucked up underneath their arms, they walk away from everything just to see a dream come true. So God bless the boys who make the noise on 16th Avenue.
Now, when I first heard this song, way back when, I thought this was about a bunch of kids causing trouble. It wasn't until I watched this video, just like literally within the last few months, that I find out the real story behind the song, and what the song is really about. And this gentleman in the black is Jimmy Capps, who has played backup guitar and lead guitar for so many bands in session and in, there's a Larry's Diner that he was a big part of for a while. Everybody called him the sheriff. But that's Larry Capps, and unfortunately he's passed on by now. But he's a really good guitarist.
With $1 million spirit in an old flat-top guitar, they drive to town with all they own in a $100 car. 'Cause one time someone told them about a friend of a friend they knew, who owns, a studio on 16th Avenue. Now some are born to money, they've never had to say survive, and others swing a 9-pound hammer just to stay alive. There's cowboys, drunks, and Christians, mostly white and black and blue. And they all look the same while seeking fame on 16th Avenue. Walk it down, Jimmy. Well, every night for a couple of years, they all think of turning back. Every Merle, Bob, and Eddie, even Mary, John, and Jack. Every Mickey, Chris, and Rory, just ask Sonny if it's true. They've all dialed a phone, collect you home from 16th Avenue.
Now that verse there was not in the original Lacy J. Dalton version that I heard way back when it was released in '82. That is one of the verses that he's talking about earlier, that he's probably going to play a couple verses that they haven't heard yet. That's one of them.
Yeah, but then one night in some empty room where no curtains ever hung, like a miracle, some golden words rolled off of someone's tongue. And after years of being nothing, they're all looking right at you. And then for a while you'll go in style on 16th Avenue.
Now, isn't that the truth? You work at your craft as a songwriter or whatever, and you just work it, and all of a sudden you hit that lightning in a bottle. And all of a sudden everybody knows who you are. And you go in style for a little while.
It looks so uneventful, so quiet and discreet. But a lot of lives were changed down on that little one-way street. 'Cause they walked away from everything just to sing for me and you. So God bless the boys who make the noise on 16th Avenue. Thank you, guys.
And in the Lacy J. Dalton version, that last verse was kind of changed a little bit. But that's just the way, like he said, like he's about to say, the producer says, "Do you mind if we mix it up a little bit?"
I don't want to burst your bubble, but I heard the other day they're going to change the name of 16th Avenue to Patsy Cline Boulevard.
Oh, my.
Have you heard that?
No.
Has anybody else in the room heard that?
No.
I did.
You heard it? Yeah. You're going to write the song over again.
Let's don't let them.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's protest.
Yeah, that's kind of wrong.
Will they have to change those statues at the end?
No, Jerry, they're going to keep your statue up there.
They've finally got Owen blocked out, I think.
I told Rock Kilo, first time I'd been in town in years and years, and I saw the statues, and I went back, I told Rock Kilo, who I play with a lot, and I said, Rock, you won't believe it. You go, at the end of that, I said, you won't believe what's there, and I described what's there. And he kind of looked at me and he said, yeah, he said, that's kind of the way I remember it.
Lee Miller's got a great song about that statue down there. It's called Hillbilly Porn. It's you all got to hear this thing. It's really good. Have you heard it, Les? It's good.
I remember when they were complaining that Webb had a guitar-shaped swimming pool. Damn it. Well,
I used to fish in it. He had catfish in it. You knew that.
somebody told me. Was it really?
Yeah.
Catfish in it?
We used to have a view from tree. We could look right down on it. And I think he got in an argument with somebody, and he just put a bunch of catfish in there. They were pretty good-looking fish.
They had the mayor and the governor, and was dedicating the guitar-shaped pool. And Glenn Sutton rented a limousine, and they pulled right up front. opened the door, and he came out as the demon from the Black Lagoon. And ran through the opening and up on the up on the diving board and went like that, and then run and jumped in the pool and went down, came out, and nobody ever saw him again. And the governor and the mayor was just going.
Now this show, they talk about different stories about what went on in the past, in and around where they were, the writing songs and stuff like that. They get back into Thom Schuyler's 16th Avenue in just a second, but they're having fun right now.
Tom, why? Let me ask you just a question for people who are interested in songwriting and may want to. You sang some verses. You said you were going to some words that were not on the record. Why were they not on the record?
Well, I think that some of the verses I sang, the one particularly where I mentioned the first names of some of my favorite writers, that probably wouldn't have gone over too well, perhaps in the public. And I think Billy Sherrill, in his wisdom, I was flattered. He called and asked me permission to kind of cut and paste some things, and they put together the final product that Lacy recorded. And actually, I have a question for you, Whispering Bill. Did you know that I was going to go first for a while?
On the show today?
Yeah. And why didn't you call me and tell me? Because I was a nervous wreck.
You got nervous.
Why would you have wanted to know?
I might have stayed home.
I know what you mean.
He's a tough act to follow, right, guys?
That's a very tough act to follow.
Listening to Tom sing the song, and Lacy J sang it, I think, one time when she was on the family reunion, and I love her voice and everything, but I have always felt that the one that really sings a song is the writer. I don't care if they have a great voice or if they don't have a great voice, they have the feeling of the song.
Right.
And they put it across.
Thank you.
A lot of, well, in
No, I
most
think,
cases.
and you know what, Jan, I think that'll be proven time and time again today that there is a certain.
Well, they know
attitude.
where the song's coming from.
Sure.
And I don't think anyone else, no matter how great of an artist they are, or producer, whatever, they don't have that gut feeling, everything from the writer.
Did you
Thank
ever
God
record
for the
it, Tom?
artist, though. I did record it. I had, of course, an extraordinary recording career. I recorded it long time, right after I wrote it, actually, Bill. I had a deal way back on Capitol Records. I think most songwriters had a deal on Capitol Records at one time or the other. But, it was, it didn't make any hay, as they said.
It was a deal
I did record
breaker.
it.
Which is a great song
Thank you.
and a great way to get this started. Look.
All righty, final thoughts. Now, I know this is a bit of a different spin on what I normally do, but I felt that this had to be brought out because of the way that this song was put together. I'll do a reaction to 16th Avenue by Lacy J. Dalton sometime in the future. But to get the person who wrote the song's perspective on what was going on at the time with them while they were writing it, what their song was really all about, I think that's just a spectacular way to show the information of what the song is really all about. So let's have a conversation in the comment section below. Do you want to see more of this kind of storytelling with so far I've only found country music artists that are country music songwriters that have come forward and done a piece like this about their songs that they wrote. If you'd like to see more of this, let's have a conversation in the comment section below. And let's have a conversation what you think of the song, about a person giving praise to the area where and the people that are his peers. I think that's, personally, I think that's a great way to memorialize them in song. So don't forget a link to the video, and the video is like an hour long. A link to the video that I snapped this portion out of will be in the description box so that you can go and enjoy it and learn more about other songs and songwriters in the country music genre on your own leisure, at your own time, without me breaking in and saying hi, So thank you, Mom, for introducing me to this this wonderful video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My mom would really appreciate that. And until we get to the next one, folks, I wish everybody peace, love, and happiness.